ensure happens is that as we go out and make purchases of whatever goods that are then sold, we try to make, we have people that go out all over the world to visit places where things are made to make sure that we're not buying from, people that are not treating their workmen right. It's going to take time to see the modifications and the changes, the balancing in terms of incomes, but it's it's already beginning to happen in China. They're beginning to see the rise in income in China, and that's going to have a big impact in terms of the everybody says China's going to rule the world economically. I remember very well about 12, 13 years ago, everybody said Japan's going to rule the world economically. And they ran into some internal problems that caused them about a 6-year-long recession. China is running into very much the same kinds of problems right now, and I think they'll have their difficulties. Our job to be competitive internationally, I think, is to be smarter than anybody else. And that means that we've got to really pay attention and keep an investment in education and the kind of education and the kind of enterprises that we have. There are a lot of other places that have more PhDs and have probably gone through the same kind of engineering training. Well, not the same kind of engineering training, but they're well-trained engineers. It's the entrepreneurship and the ability of Americans all the way through our history to be faster on our feet, more flexible, smarter, more entrepreneurial, and we better keep that same kind of edge. Otherwise, there are an awful lot of other smart people out there that are going to eat our lunch. Yes?
Well, I have a question. You said that we need to be smarter than everybody, and maybe we are. But what about energy consumption in the United States? Per unit of national product, the
I think we've got to,
energy is just absolutely awful.
we've got to be a whole lot smarter about the use of energy. I served for several years as chairman of the Pacific Northwest Power Council, and we were dealing in that case with electrical energy. And the conventional wisdom at that time was that, or before that, actually when I was governor, the conventional wisdom was that electrical energy was inelastic. That, it didn't matter how much it cost, you needed the energy and you paid for it and you were going. And we ran into the problems of building nuclear plants and the huge costs that ended up and the rapid rise in the cost of electricity. And we found, oh my gosh, electricity is very flexible. And you raise the cost of electricity, it creates a big incentive to save and to be more efficient and to find ways to do things that probably weren't cost effective before. And we've got to do the same thing with energy. We don't look at the real cost, the full cost of energy. And we need to understand that full cost of energy, and if we do, I think we would move faster toward some of the newer and better. We're moving in a pretty good direction, but if we think that we're big energy users, just wait. We'll let China and India and some of those others surpass us big time, and then it becomes a real question of everybody better pay attention to energy and how you use it more efficiently and more effectively, and we better find out how we can do a better job of using things, like solar energy or like hydrogen or like whatever ends up being the energy source that does what we need to have it do with the least use of irreplaceable resources.
Excuse me, we don't use that. They're using a lot because they are sending all the product to us,
Mm-hmm.
and they're producing it. We are doing it because we want to enjoy it. I mean, we are not producing it. We just take a car, we go to the ocean shore and come back. But Chinese doesn't do that. Most of the Chinese, they cannot even
our two biggest businesses here sell a heck of a lot in China. We sell a lot of Boeing airplanes and a lot of Microsoft. And so there's, you know, it's a two-way street, and we've got to be smart enough so that we're always smarter than anybody else, and so we can sell things like Microsoft products, or like jet airplanes, or like the things that we do very well. And that's, you know, that's the only way you can create some balance internationally.
One more question.
Yeah, one more question. All right. Yeah, go
This is
ahead.
about your political career. You said that you were a minority, obviously, as an engineer, probably surrounded by a lot of lawyers and a lot of people with law education backgrounds.
Yeah.
Did you ever find yourself in a situation where you were at a disadvantage because you didn't have that law background?
I figure after serving as many years as I did in political office that I should get a law degree by osmosis. It's surprising how much you do learn. Remember that we're not interpreting law like lawyers do. We're making law. And it's a sort of a different kind of thing. Now, the lawyers are more acquainted with style and they are good, but you can also hire good lawyers as staffers to make sure that bills are written in the right fashion and that they cover what you wanted to cover. But in reality, the genius, I think, in a good many countries, but the genius of America was in building a political system where the legislative bodies are made up of people representing a wide variety of backgrounds. And as I said earlier, you might have a lot of lawyers, and they're good, and you have to go to them sometimes and say, hey, I don't quite understand this. But to have the farmers and the manufacturers and people of a wide variety of backgrounds are what make a good and responsive legislative body. When I joined the legislature, the Senate, in my first session, there were 46 senators and 25 of them were lawyers. Today, you can't even get enough lawyers in the Senate to man the Judiciary Committee because they take so much time now that a lawyer who works on the basis of time simply can't serve, except a few of them. So we have many fewer lawyers today than we had, and that's even true in the Congress. We're getting, and there, of course, it's full-time, so there are a lot of lawyers, but during the time I was in the Senate, we could see the movement away from so many lawyers and into a wide variety of other fields. Well, thank you. It's been fun to be here.
There's snacks and refreshments in the Microsoft atrium. So go out that door and in the next door and keep on walking and go see them. Thank you.